Howdy, pipe smokers. Tex Piper here. Want to check in for my last March Meerschaum Madness. I'm smoking a Meerschaum Horn, no name, that I got off of eBay. It's starting to color, you probably can't tell, but it's starting to color a little bit down here. Not so much up here yet, although I think I got a big old nasty fingerprint on it somewhere. But it's in a state. Who cares? Got another Gieske tamper. Teak wood, with a little bit of rustication on it. 9mm shell casing on the bottom. Angled so you can scrape it. I had to add that little wooden bead there. It used to be amber, and it was cracked, and when I went to go take it off, it just crumbled in my hands. So I had to find a little spacer to put in there, but I think the bead worked out. Just a little wooden bead. I see my Wildcats advanced to the Final Four. That's their first Final Four in 25 years. Congratulations, Arizona. Michigan State did make a game of it with UConn, which I was happy to see. And I was also happy to see that UConn upset Duke. Hate Duke. I wanted to do a VR for Jeffrey. Jeffrey left with the pipe. He's doing a giveaway for his 500 subscribers milestone. Okay, this horn is a little bit awkward to hold. Fun shape, but awkward to hold. If you haven't seen Jeffrey's latest couple of posts, he did one for his giveaway. And I can't remember if it was the same post or a different post, but he shouted out a lot of the new YTPC presenters in 2026. And there was quite a large group, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you go over there and follow all the new guys. There was one new guy I saw, North York Moore Pipes. I think Ramblin' Piper already posted about that this morning. But I wanted to add that as well, in case y'all hadn't seen it yet. Another UK fellow. But that brings me to my VR for the giveaway. And Jeffrey's question was, what about the pipe smoking community has enriched your life? And I think for me, it's being able to see the width and the breadth of the pipe smoking community still. I think sometimes we can feel like a little bit isolated as pipe smokers. Tobacco is kind of has gotten a bad name over the last 10 or 15 years, and obviously the powers that be want to shut tobacco down as a form of enjoyment for adults. I mean, it's fine if you want to do that for the under 18 crowd. I mean, theoretically, they're not old enough to make those educated decisions for themselves yet. Whether that's true or not, I won't deign to comment on. But if you're over 18, you can vote, you can join the army. In some areas you can drink. You're old enough to smoke tobacco and make that choice. So, like I said, it's good to see that there are a lot of people who still smoke a pipe out there. And it's great to see that pipe community is all over the world. We have people in the YTPC from England, from Ireland, from Wales, South Africa, all corners of the United States. And the United States it's a big country, and we all have differing ways of living, of speaking, different beliefs. But it's but pipe smoking is the one thing we can kind of all come to the table for and get along about. And I like seeing, so many people post, outdoor kind of adventures. I've seen hiking, I've seen camping, I've seen, Rambling Piper's got a, beautiful greenhouse. I mean, I like seeing all the different climates and environments that people live in. Here in Phoenix, I think I said before, it didn't go below 40 all winter, even at night. And other areas were getting hammered with snow. And it's nice to see the dramatic climate shifts. It's nice to see, we have a desert environment here. It's nice to see that, people who live in riparian environments, people who live in, more, forested areas. I like to see all that stuff. I think it's great. So that's really how it's enriched my life. And I feel like we've, I've connected with people here, and even though at this point I've still primarily only talked to people online and through the lives and things like that, I feel like I could meet up with any of the people in the pipe community, and we would get along and have a great time. And I think that happened at Muletown this year. A lot of people who, again, hadn't ever seen each other in person, they met up, and a lot of people stated that it was, an experience they'll never forget. And I truly believe that is what would happen if any of us met up to have a smoke. So hopefully I'll get to experience that one day. I'm hoping that the Las Vegas Pipe Show is on my radar for this year. We'll see. And maybe I'll be able to meet up with some of the West Coast area folks there. That would be great. If not, maybe there's always next year. But that's about it for me for today. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Lola says bye.